She poured coffee like clockwork, no smile, no sparkle, not even when customers tried cracking jokes to brighten her night. But one evening, a tired single dad asked a quiet question. Why don't you ever smile? Her answer didn't just shake him, it changed them both forever. If this story touches your heart, please like this video and subscribe to HQ Infinitestories. Your support keeps us sharing the stories that matter. It was a rainy Thursday night in downtown Austin, Texas. The neon diner sign buzzed faintly, its glow reflecting off wet sidewalks. Inside, the smell of grilled cheese and bitter coffee wrapped the room in tired warmth. At one corner booth sat Ethan Blake, -38, a single dad with drywall dust on his flannel and shadows under his eyes. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, was curled up against him, drifting off after a long day tagging along at construction sites. Their waitress, Rachel, just 24, moved like a ghost in a faded green apron. No smiles, no eye contact, just quiet efficiency, as if she was part of the furniture. Ethan and Lily came here every Thursday for their grilled cheese night. Every week, Rachel served them in the same quiet way, a nod, a check, then, gone again. But tonight felt heavier. Her hands trembled slightly. Her pause when he said thank you lingered just a second too long. Something inside him whispered, ask. When Lily finally fell asleep, Ethan adjusted her little jacket and looked up just as Rachel refilled his coffee. Hey, he said gently, can I ask you something? Rachel blinked mid-pour. Sure, why don't you ever smile? He asked softly. No judgment, you've been taking care of us for months, and I don't think I've ever seen you smile once. She froze, then looked down. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'll try to do better. No, Ethan said quickly, shaking his head. That's not what I meant. I wanted to know if you're okay. You seem sad and no one should have to carry that alone. Rachel stepped back. Her hands shook harder. I'll be right back, she said, retreating toward the kitchen. Ethan sat there, uneasy. He hadn't meant to hurt her, just to connect. Minutes passed 10:15. Then she returned, eyes red, a folded piece of paper in her hand. She placed it by his cup. I'm sorry, she murmured. I can't say it out loud, but if you really want to know, this is the truth. She turned and walked away. Ethan unfolded the note. The handwriting was rushed. What he read made his chest tighten. I haven't smiled in over a year, not because I don't want to, but because it feels wrong. Last October, I lost my baby boy. His name was Noah. He was 6 months old, my whole world. His father left when I got pregnant. I worked 2 jobs, gave up school, fought my way out of a shelter, scraped enough for a crib and a tiny apartment. Noah had the brightest laugh. He used to kick his little feet when I sang, off-key. One night, after my shift here, I found him not breathing. They called it SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. No reason, just gone. My world ended that night. Every time I try to smile, it feels like I'm leaving him behind, like I'm betraying him. But thank you for asking, for seeing me. Most people don't. Ethan sat still, the letter trembling in his hands. Suddenly her silence made sense, her distance, her invisible wound. He stood, gently lifted Lily, and walked to the counter. Rachel, he said softly. She turned, startled. I give you a hug, he asked. Not to fix anything, just so you know, you're not alone. Her eyes filled again. She nodded. Ethan put Lily down and wrapped his arms around her. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't warm in the usual sense, but it was human. And it told both of them, grief doesn't have to be silent. Thank you, she whispered, resting her head briefly on his shoulder. 3 weeks passed. Rachel didn't expect to see Ethan again. Most wouldn't come back after something that heavy. But Thursday came, and there they were. Ethan and Lily, same booth, same grilled cheese, same milkshake with 2 straws. Hi, Miss Rachel, Lily chirped. Guess what? Daddy says we can leave you a big tip today. Rachel chuckled, a soft, surprised laugh that caught even her off guard. Ethan smiled. You look different, he said. Do I? He nodded. You laughed. That's a start. Rachel smiled, just a little. And this time, it didn't feel like betrayal. It felt like a small thread stitching her back to the world. Thank you, she said quietly, for asking, for caring. Most people run from grief like it's contagious. Ethan stirred his coffee. I think grief is love with nowhere to go. It never disappears. We just learn to carry it. Their eyes met, not in romance, not yet, but in trust. Weeks became months. Ethan kept coming, sometimes with Lily, sometimes just for coffee, sometimes just to see if she was okay. He never pushed her to smile. He never asked her to move on. But, slowly, she did. Little smiles at Lily's jokes. Bigger ones when customers complimented her haircut. Real ones when Ethan shared photos of his latest work mishaps. Then one cold night, Ethan handed her a small photo frame. Inside was a picture of baby Noah, one Ethan had found online, printed and placed behind glass. Underneath, in neat handwriting, he mattered. Rachel burst into tears. No one's ever done something like this for him, she whispered. He matters to me now too. Ethan said gently. Because you do? From that night on, the photo sat on the diner shelf next to napkins and ketchup bottles. A quiet reminder that grief, when shared, becomes a little lighter. Thursday nights became dinners at Ethan's place. Playdates became weekend picnics, and what started with a single question in a quiet diner turned into friendship, healing, and the courage to smile again, not because she forgot Noah, but because living was another way of loving him. Sometimes, the quietest people carry the loudest pain, and sometimes, all it takes is one kind soul, brave enough to ask a simple question that changes everything. If this story moved you, please like the video and subscribe to HQ Infinitestories. Keep spreading compassion, one story at a time.